The next, electric field due to continuous charge distribution. Consider a charged body. It's a three-dimensional view. Consider a charged body Q. The small amount of charge, that is small charge element, it's delta Q1. Then another small charge element, that is delta Q2. Then another charged element, delta Q3. So we are going to find the electric field due to these two small charges at the point P. So what is the electric field? So consider this is a charged object. The small elements delta Q1, delta Q2 and delta Q3. So electric field due to delta Q1, so acts in this direction. So electric field due to delta Q1 acts in this direction. Then delta Q2 acts the straight. Then Q3 acts in this direction. So this one, it's E. This one, it's E delta Q1. This one E delta Q2. This one E delta Q3. So electric field due to these three elements. What is the total electric field due to the system of charges? So already we know the total electric field E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. So due to the charge element Q1, so we need to use delta Q1 by R1p square R1p cap plus delta Q2 R2p square R2p cap up to n delta Qn by Rnp square Rnp cap. We can simply rewrite as again 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught summation I equal to 1 to n. So delta Qi by Rip squared Rip cap. So E total is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught summation I is equal to 1 to n delta Qi by Rip squared Rip cap. So this is a point charge. We consider as a delta Q1, delta Q2, delta Q3 as a point charge. It's the charge Q is subdivided into large number of small quantities as delta Q1, delta Q2, delta Q3 and so on. If delta Q tends to 0, that is equal to dq. So the summation becomes integration. We can rewrite the equation. E total is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught summation, instead of delta Q you write as dq by R squared R cap. So this is a total electric field in terms of integral calculus. So total electric field E total is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught integral dq by R squared R cap. Then so what we discuss now, so we are going to find, we did the electric field due to continuous charge distribution. Here this now the charges are not discrete or continuous. So we divide the charges delta Q1, delta Q2, delta Q3. Delta Q is a small charge element. We are going to find the electric field at the point P due to these three charges. So already we know electric field E is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by R squared. Instead of Q we use delta Q1. So R12, so R1P, R2P and R3P are the distances from delta Q1 to the point P. The next we are going to differentiate three different charge distribution. So any guess or any idea what are the three different charge distribution? It's 1 dimension, 2 dimension and 3 dimension. So 1 dimension, it's a wire. So its 1 dimension is linear charge distribution. So we are going to differentiate. So it's linear charge distribution, then surface charge distribution, then finally volume charge distribution. So I am going to take one example. Consider a charged wire. It have a small length dl. What is the charged wire? What is the electric field at the point P due to the number of charges present in the small element dl? So r is the position vector from dl to P, r. Similarly, if it is for surface, it should be a plate, a small element dE. So here it's dl, here it's dE. So we are going to find the small element dl, it's r at the point P. Then it's an irregular body. We are going to find a small surface, small volume V. From this we are going to find the what is the electric field at the point V. R is the unit vector. Then the charge, linear charge density lambda is equal to Q by L. Q is a charge of the wire, then L is the length of the wire. Then dq is equal to lambda times dl. So in dl length, dq amount of charge is present. Then we know electric field E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral Q by R squared. Instead we need to use dq by R squared r cap. We are replacing dq instead of lambda dl. So it's 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral dl by r squared r cap. So taking out lambda common out. Then similarly for surface charge density. Surface charge density is sigma q by A, that is charge per unit area. Then it's instead of dq, so dq is equal to sigma times dE. Then electric field E, we substitute all those things, you will get 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral dA by r squared r cap. So here it's sigma. Then if it is for volume, it's rho is equal to Q by V, that is charge per unit volume. So dq is equal to rho times dV. We substitute all those things, we will get 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral dV by r squared r cap. So it's rho. Just differentiate linear charge distribution, surface charge distribution and volume. So linear charge, it's a line charge, it's 1 dimension, it's surface, so it's a area, it's 2 dimension, then it's a volume, it's 3 dimension. So these are all so easy to study. If you study like that, differentiate linear, surface and volume.